So if you're a fan of YouTube like me, you've definitely heard of Shane Dawson. And if you've been on the internet in the last 3 years, you've definitely heard about Shane Dawson. Since then, he's kind of continued to work as if nothing really happened, and he's gone back and done his most iconic videos, which were his conspiracy theory videos. Back in the day, they would be real conspiracy theory videos, ones that talk about celebrities and the Illuminati and certain events that happened in 2001. But since the cancellation and everything kind of coming out, he's definitely tried to water down his conspiracy theory videos a little bit. He definitely wants them to be creepy, but he can only really dip his toes into the water because in the past, the conspiracy videos he made kind of hurt people. For instance, in one of his more recent videos, actually his most famous one, where he makes the Chuck E. Cheese conspiracy, he delves into the California fires and he says that it could be like a laser that's killing people, which is crazy, especially because at one point he actually goes to this burnt down California suburbs and he films their houses. And, you know, that's someone's livelihood. That's someone's life. When he made that video, he made his infamous Chuck E. Cheese conspiracy where he claims that Chuck E. Cheese is reusing pizza that other kids don't eat in hopes to save budget. And since then, Chuck E. Cheese and many employees have come out and said, you know, this is fucking not true, because why would it be? And since that blowing up, he's kind of stayed in that realm of what is basically accusing big businesses of like extreme criminally offensive malpractice, which you can kind of shut down all at once by just saying the risk of lawsuit for that is so incredibly high that there would be no upside from doing it. So let's talk about this new video. This new video, Shane Dawson's main conspiracy is that big budget or I guess high value makeup stores sell their product and then people use it and then bring it back. And instead of that product being dumped or burned or broken down and destroyed because it's touched other human skin, they just sell it off to, well, he says like a unnamed store, but he doesn't try very hard to say it's TJ Maxx. It's TJ Maxx. In fact, he at one point he drives through and he doesn't blur TJ Maxx in the window, and my girlfriend said, "Oh, it's TJ Maxx," because he didn't blur it. So first things first, if you worked in, you know, any industry, you would know that that is completely ludicrous. To resell something like used beauty products is such a criminally offensive thing to do. It would not be worth the risk. I don't know what company take used makeup and accept the liability risk by selling it, right? That's one. Two, if you've worked in the retail industry, you know that we just destroy shit all of the time. In fact, the stores I've worked at have had trash compactors within the store to destroy things. I don't ship anything out. I just throw it in the trash. So to prove his theory, he goes to the store, TJ Maxx, buys makeup, destroys it, labels it, and then gives it back to them to return, and he gets his money back, and then, you know, he checks in 2 days later, and surprise, surprise, it's back on the shelves. There's one thing wrong with that theory, to start. That's not the theory you said. Your theory was that there were big budget companies selling to little companies, not there are employees that are putting products back after being used. So to break it down, for one, if you buy something like makeup from a budget store, please check it. And if it looks to be used, either throw it away or give it back to the store, because at that point they will destroy it 100%. Two, it's very clear that Shane is returning it kind of late at night, possibly near when they're closing, and he's just handing it to the cashier. Or sorry, some girl, I don't know her relationship. Some girl is returning it there. If it's close to close, I'm sure anyone who works in retail knows about go backs. Go backs are when you receive a return or someone at a register decides they're not going to buy something and you put it in a box or a basket, and then it's your job to put it back on the shelves where it belongs. The theory was that a big company sells it to smaller companies to resell, which another problem on top of that problem, it would cost so much money to repackage it. Why would they not just throw it away? There is no opportunity for profit in this. And even if they did buy this, the risk of a lawsuit is so incredibly high that there would be no reason to do it. So basically what Shane does is he throws a poor minimum wage worker under the bus and claims that the entire company is reselling makeup. Here's why I bring it up. Shane Dawson has not worked in any industry other than YouTube.com for the better part of like 16 years. So he has never worked in the industry, and yet he continues to look in and makes assumptions and creates these evil narratives to things that we already know are happening, or things that are so ludicrous that only somebody who isn't in the bubble would understand. So Shane Dawson is just out of the bubble. And we know this because in his last conspiracy video, he made a 45-minute expose about how name brand and off-brand are the exact same thing. 45 minutes with him and his husband and their cameraman pretending to be shocked that Oreos taste the same. I remember in one of the comments, and I don't know if I'll be able to find it, so I'm sorry. In one of the comments that says, it's funny when rich people discover things that poor people already know. And I remember very vividly reading a comment or reply that says, I was born poor and we still only bought name brand. It just feels so out of touch to be able to spend 45 minutes being surprised that the Oreos taste the same, or that makeup that comes from a cheap factory that gets shipped on heavy crates and boxes sometimes gets broken, or there's people inside these budget stores who, sometimes test out the makeup, or they can't afford it so they use it in the store, or they steal it. And the reason it frustrates me and many others is because he's looking inside from outside the bubble, and it's not even like he doesn't know. He's intentionally playing dumb. For instance, when he was talking about how private brands are the same as off-brand, he pretends that this is a new world for him. Well, private brands are something he's not new to, considering he owns a merch line and a makeup company. He knows what branding is, and he knows that you can buy something from a manufacturer and put your label on it. So he's just spending 45 minutes creating a lie or pretending to be surprised about something he makes up or something he completely exaggerates. That's where his conspiracy videos are now. They're exposés about stuff that doesn't matter. And I, for one, will continue to hate watch it as much as many other people are, and he will continue to live in his multi-million-dollar mansion, and we will have nothing to do about it. So what did we learn? If you buy makeup, please check it, and if it looks like it's been used, either throw it away or give it back to them and get a refund. And if you use makeup, don't return it. That's fucked up. If you work in retail and someone returns something, know your return policies, and if it's makeup, destroy it. I don't have to tell you that. It's obviously something TJ Maxx should do. It really seems like they just got it late at night and they didn't want to bother with it. I'm sure if you were honest and you said, yeah, I used it, they would either not give you a refund or they would throw it away. But yeah, it's getting worse, and I can't wait to see what Shane does next. I'm pretty sure in his next video, he's going to discover that everything at Taco Bell is the same 4 things, and he's going to make that 45 minutes long. All right, bye.